Dr. Ashwin, in case you win the MLC election,
Yeah.
how do you think it will change your current work? Will you give up that work and take up politics fully? You touched upon it a little while ago. Can you just make it up?
I believe that my work is political, and it has been political for a long time. To shape an administrative system or to shape a policy debate is also political work. If we believe that only party work is political, and if we believe that only electoral work is political, we would be hurting ourselves. So I'm never going to abandon my interest in public administration, public policy making, and say that legislation and political partisanship are the only things that matter to me. Because these things are all part of a large ecosystem. That if you are not influential in each part of that ecosystem, you will not achieve the totality of the outcome that you are going for. I look upon the legislative opportunity as a chance to add one more piece to the interventions that we are carrying out, and one more powerful piece. I believe that influence in the legislature is 100 times more powerful than all the influence you can muster in public space through technical and managerial interventions alone. And that is the reason to contest an office like this. But having said that, you must take the advantages that have accrued from your technical and managerial work and turn those into strengths in your public office too. And if you do that, at the end of your public office, you can come back and say, I have a way to go forward with my life in a professional way, and I want to do that too.
Dr. Ashwin, one parting shot. You are a climatologist and an astronomer by training.
Yeah.
Has this training helped you in all the various things that you have been doing, including politics?
It's hard to say. We see a lot of stars in politics, I guess. The way I would answer that is astronomy and astrophysics or atmospheric science are not things that are taught much in India. And certainly when I was in school and college, these things were not things that you could aspire to learn. But my experience has been that if you're interested, you can continue to learn whatever you want to learn. And there is a natural trajectory to that learning that will take you to the pinnacle of that learning too. I did not imagine, when you're watching Carl Sagan on television, you don't imagine that you're going to study Antarctic clouds or star formation or any of these things. But there's a natural trajectory to everything in life. That if you do things well and if you do the next natural thing at each step, it sort of goes forward. My experience with education is that it's possible to be learning continuously. And politics is actually a much more of a learning opportunity than anything else that you can learn in college or university, certainly. I say to a lot of people, I used to work on some very difficult jobs. How to detect clouds over snow and ice, how to detect newly forming stars. And these are technical challenges that have been unsolved for 30 years, 40 years before I took them up in my PhD work. But politics is much more complex than these kinds of technical challenges because it's fundamentally about managing so many moving parts. It's not a linear problem. It's not like spend $300 million, put up a satellite, collect data, analyze the data, come to some conclusions, publish those conclusions, spend $300 million more on the next satellite. It's not like that. There are so many moving parts to public administration and to governance and politics that it's really about saying, how do you build the space in which people belong by right, participate by right, and decide by right what they want their lives to be. And that's the exciting thing about politics.
Dr. Ashwin, it's a delight talking to you and thank you for coming out to the studios of Radio Indigo and letting Bangaloreans know what you have been doing and what more you are capable of doing. Well-educated and well-meaning persons like you must enter politics to cleanse the system and bring in changes both from the legislative and the administrative sides. My best wishes.
Thank you very much. A final word to all your listeners. Part of my effort is through this show to be able to respond to some of the questions that you yourself will have. But this is also an effort to reach out to you to say, please register to be a graduate voter. And from my perspective, at least, please vote for me. Thank you.
Hi listeners, I will be back next week, same day, same time, with more eminent citizens and decision makers in the hot seat. Don't forget to tune in and don't forget to send in your suggestions. I wish you a cheerful week ahead. Take care. This is Balram signing off.